My name is Diana Usvat. I'm from Romania, and I'm here tonight to share my testimony with you. And thank you, Brother Mike, for this opportunity. A few months ago, my husband and I both came here, and we were two broken people. I was in a very dark place. I was very depressed. I was full of anxiety, hurt. I had no more hope or dreams for the future. I completely lost my joy in life, and I didn't know what peace was anymore. We came here to fix my husband, but God fixed me as well. And Daniel has a one-on-one with Brother Rick, and that's when he got a touch from God. And that's when I found out that he was actually on drugs for several months. I didn't know that he was doing any of that because I asked him once that if he's doing something, and he said no, so I just trusted him. But I knew something was wrong because his behavior changed. He was not a kind man anymore. He was no longer sleeping at night, or he was just a different man. And I knew something was wrong, but I was just confused. After many prayers, my husband got born again, and the victory was really sweet. And I was extremely joyful, and I thought the fight is over, and I was like, I'm ready to take a break now. I can relax and I can rest now. I fought for so long. Little did I know that the real fight just started. The demons were coming for both of us. Not long after his touch from God, my husband backslid back to drugs, and I was crushed. I was so angry at God. I didn't know that my husband's deliverance, it's actually a process. It's not just happening overnight. So I came back in Mike's brother's office, and I just said, I'm so angry at God. He took the victory from me, and I just want to quit. That's all I wanted to do, just quit. And Brother Mike looked at me, bent over the desk, and he said, the demons want you now. They make you blame God, and they know if they destroy you, then it will be done. And it's a smart plan. Brother Mike kept telling me that I have to release my husband to God. I have to focus on my healing and to get my deliverance. I was very controlling. I criticized Daniel all the time. I was checking if he's reading the Bible, if he's praying, or doing the list. And none of that worked. It was God's job to fix my husband and not mine. Brother Mike told me to focus on me, and God will deal with Daniel later. And I asked Brother Mike, how do you think God is going to figure him out? And Brother Mike said, that's none of your business. After every backslid of my husband, I wanted to quit so many times. And I once told God that I loved him and I would do anything for him. And God told me, if you say you love me and you do anything for me, then I'm asking you to stay and fight for your husband. And I got so mad because I was like, God, you don't know how hard it is. How many times should I forgive? I'm tired of forgiving him. He keeps going back. And God told me 70 times 7. And I'm not tired of forgiving you. Why do you get tired? And I listened to God. I obeyed and I stayed. And I continued to fight for him. I came back here to get my deliverance. And God encouraged me to keep going through different people here. And during my prayers, God was talking to me. And he promised me that my face is not going to be covered in shame. And he encouraged me through one verse that says, a little while and the wicked one will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found. With God's help, I forgave my husband 100% for all the hurt, all the lies. And I was delivered from my depression, my anxiety, my bitterness. I was delivered from everything, and God healed my broken heart. And I got joy and peace instead. And then I started to fight against the right enemy, and that was not my husband. That was the devil and his demons. I've learned that love is a great weapon. I started to encourage Daniel, to be kind to him, to be loving and supporting, and I started to fight using the authority God gave me as his child. God showed up and gave me a new husband. He completely delivered my husband. He took care of every area of his life. My husband doesn't listen to worldly music anymore. He's completely drugs and alcohol addiction free. He reads his Bible, he worships God, and God gave me a brand new heart. He's kind and a loving husband. God completely restored our marriage. We have a godly marriage, and nothing is more beautiful than that. We feel the presence of God in our house. We encourage each other every day, renew our minds every day, and God has a ministry ready for us. The God we serve is a God of miracles. He's a promise keeper, a way maker. He's a God of the impossible. There is no marriage too broken that he cannot fix, no heart too broken that he cannot heal, and no drug addiction too strong that he cannot set you free from. I want to encourage those that are praying for a dear one, maybe a spouse or son, daughter, or parent. Keep fighting for them. Don't quit on them. God will show up and he will reward you. And I want to thank Brother Mike, Brother Rick, Julie, Melissa, Kelly, Erica, and all this ministry. God used you to encourage me to keep going. And I want to close up with my favorite verse from Galatians 2:20. My old self has been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. So I live in this earthly body by trusting in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me.